day everyone, but before anything else, I just want to introduce myself. I am Chris de Luz Boyon. We're going to report the definition and example of unemployment. But first, here's the learning objectives of our group report. At the end of the discussions, a student will be able to differentiate unemployment and underemployment, identify the different types of unemployment and underemployment, and the last is know the cause and effects of unemployment and underemployment. The first records of the world unemployment came from the 1880s. It based word employ, meaning to engage. The word engage is sometimes used to mean to hire or to employ. Unemployment, also referred to as joblessness, occurs when people are without work and actively seeking employment. So, BLS or Bureau of Labor Statistics define unemployed with someone who doesn't have a job or doesn't have a job right now and actively looking for a job. So guys, yung mga jobless or yung mga unemployed person na tinutukoy dito sa sa sinasabi kapag unemployed is hindi sila permanent unemployed or they can look and available jobs that they want or suitable doon sa kanila or sa skills nila or doon sa degree nila. Kung wala man silang sa trabaho, pwede silang maghanap ng trabaho na naaayon sa kanila kung gusto nila. They said that unemployment is harmful to society. So, bakit kaya? Kasi nga, maraming families ang affected financially, di ba? Of course, yung bumubuo sa society is family. Or they are the one who improve their society. So, paano na lang magiging productive and progressive yung isang lipunan or yung isang society kung karamihan sa kanila is mga unemployed or mga jobless. Pero pwede ring masabi na may positive effect itong tinatawag na unemployed, no? Yung mga jobless person because of the availability of workers. Kasi, for example na lang, dito sa convento wherein dito ako nagtatrabaho. Kapag absent yung isang workers nila sister, for example, kapag absent yung cook or yung tagalaban nila, may makukontak agad sila na tao na pwedeng mag-substitute na workers nila. Siya yung gagawin ng umabsent. Kasi sobrang importante talaga ng mga workers dito sa kumbento. And in that case, nakita ko yung essential, no? Yung essential ng mga workers, mga jobless persons sa society nila. During period of recession, an economy usually experience high unemployment rate. Ito. Kapag recession nagkakaroon ng pagtaas ng unemployment rate or yung kawalan ng trabaho. Bakit kaya? Okay. When we say recession kasi, in economic terms it is the contraction of economic activity or ito yung pagliit ng business cycle kasi nag-i-stop na mag-hire yung mga companies. And during recession din, maraming macroeconomic signs na nagko-cause ng changes in terms of business cycle. So guys, linawin ko lang, when we say economic activity, it is the activity of production making, providing, purchasing, or selling goods or services. Basta lahat ng actions, as long as naka-anchor doon sa producing, distributing, or consuming products and other services is an example of economic activities. Ito na nga yung causes ng macroeconomic signs kapag mayroong recession. So, apektado po nito yung mga job employment. Hindi sila basta-basta makapag-hire yung mga company, hindi sila basta-basta makapag-hire ng mga employee. Meanwhile, affected din yung investment nila kasi less worker, less assets, or less income. Followed by spending, capacity, utilization, household income, na katulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina na maaaring maka-apekto yun dun sa development ng society nila wherein magkakaroon kasi ng problem in terms of financial. And then, business profits will also falling if patuloy na mangyayari itong recession. Companies, bankruptcy, And unemployment rate is tataas.
I am Justin Sanchez Andaya, and I am explaining the four types of unemployment. And the first one is fractional unemployment. So, fractional unemployment is a form of unemployment reflecting the gap between someone voluntarily leaving a job and finding another. As such, it is sometimes called search unemployment. Through it is also includes gaps and unemployment when transferring someone to another. For example is pagkawala ng trabaho or employees leaving their current position to find new ones. Employees seeking a career change. Graduating students are good illustrations of frictional unemployment. And the second one is cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment is the component of overall unemployment that results directly from cycles of economic upturn and downturn. Example is when construction workers were laid off during the Great Recessions following the financial crisis. And the third one is structural unemployment. It's a form of involuntary unemployment caused by a mismatch between the skills that workers in the economy can offer and the skill demanded of workers by employers. For example, is production assembly workers being replaced by new technology and the declining need for printing press workers due to increased consumers' preferences for digital publications. Pinaka the best na example dito is yung mga technology natin tulad ng paggawa or sa mga farmers, 'di ba? Noon mano-mano, ngayon may mga technology na ginagamit para mapadali ang trabaho. And number four is institutional unemployment, the broad category of purposive action aimed at creating, maintaining, and descripting institutions in business. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Norn El Casilang and I will be the next reporter. My discussion is all about the causes and effects of unemployment. So, there are 7 causes of unemployment: the low level of education, mental issues, physical health problems, gender discrimination, homelessness, burnout, and lack of motivation. So, the first one is the low level of education. It is the main cause of unemployment. A lack of education can lead to huge problems when it comes to finding a good job. So, meaning to say, the better qualified people are, the easier it is to find a job since the company want to employ them. In contrast, when people lack proper education, these people are at great risk for unemployment since companies often do not want to employ them. So that is the low level of education. The second one is the mental issues. In mental issues, people who suffer from mental problems will often have no motivation or also not the ability to apply for jobs in a proper manner. In other words, these people often have problems to focus, which makes it even harder since even if they find a job, they may have difficulties in their work because of their concentration problems. The third one is the physical health problems. In physical health problems, people who are suffering from disabilities may have it hard to find a job since companies often refrain from employing disabled people. So if you suffer from other serious health issues like chronic diseases, companies may not want to employ you since takot sila na baka magkasakit ka lang at hindi ka maging productive worker. The fourth one is the gender discrimination. So, in some cultures, women are meant to stay at home and take care of the kids instead of pursuing a career, which further increases the risk of unemployment. The fifth one is the homelessness. Since sabi nga po dito, if you are homeless, mahirapan kang makakuha ng trabaho kasi nga wala kang permanent address. Also, maraming company din na ayaw tumanggap sa mga homeless people. So, the next one is the burnout. People who previously worked in mentally demanding jobs but now suffering from burnout will also a bit hard to find another job due to their mental issues. So, if we say burnout, it is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. Parang lang din po sila sa mental issues. People feel increasing pressure from their jobs so that napipilitan na lang silang umayaw sa kanilang trabaho. So the last one is the lack of motivation. This lack of motivation for work may be especially high for people who only have a low level of education. So parang konektado sila sa first causes of unemployment. Nagkakaroon ng mababang motivation ng isang tao pag wala siyang pinag-aralan o kaya naman may problema siya. So that is the causes of unemployment. So next, we're going to discuss the effects of unemployment. So the first effects of unemployment is the mental health issues. Unemployment can lead to severe mental health problems, especially for people who made their work their single purpose in life. These people may often find themselves in a difficult mental state since they just basically lost their whole life once they become unemployed. So, yan po yung epekto ng pagkawala ng trabaho. So, the second one is the physical health issues. So, kagaya rin ng mental, may physical. Since our body and our brain are complex system and both are connected to each other, mental issues related to unemployment may also translate into physical issues. Like nakaramdam tayo ng headaches, mga sleeping problems, just like stress. So, ganun po. And the third one is the homelessness. So, unemployment may also increase the chance of homelessness, especially in cities with high rents. People who become unemployed may struggle to keep their homes since they may no longer able to pay their rent. Once they lose their homes, these people may end up homeless. And the fourth one is the drug use. So, isa rin itong epekto ng pagkawala ng trabaho. Unemployment can also lead to substance addiction. People who mentally suffer from unemployment may try to fight their emotional issues by using substances or drugs. And the fifth one is the poverty. Ito yung pinaka main effects of pagkawala ng trabaho. Since pag nawalan ng trabaho ng isang tao, magiging mahirap ang kanilang buhay since wala silang panggastos, pangbayad ng kuryente, gagamitin ng kanilang mga anak na sa kanilang pag-aaral. So that is poverty. So the next effects of unemployment is the adverse effects on children. Children who come from families with unemployed parents often have a greater risk of unemployment themselves since parents often have a great influence on their children. So, for example, imagine you grow up in a family with your mother and father at home all day long and do not care about working. Chances are that you might consider this behavior as normal and you may behave similarly to them once you turn into a grown up. So, since nakikita mo nga na walang trabaho ang inyong mga magulang, ma-influensyahan ka. So, ganun po yung effects niya sa mga bata. So, the last one is the economic effects. Apart from the effects of unemployment on individuals, there are also significant adverse effects in economics. Economies lose large amounts of money since they have to financially support unemployed persons. Moreover, they also lose significant levels of workplace, which further increases the financial burden related to unemployment.
The sixth solution for unemployment. First solution, better education. In order to fight unemployment, it is crucial to improve educational levels of people so that it will be easier for them to find a job. This education should start early in school, and teachers should pay close attention and take care of every child to ensure good educational progress. Solution number 2. Motivation program. Jobless people who are not willing to work at all have to be incentivized to get a job. This could mean that their social security levels may be lowered if they do not take action to go back to work. It could also mean that these people are forced into programs in which they get taught about the advantage of getting out of unemployment. So they have the broader perspective on the chances of employment and might be more willing to search for a job. Solution number 3. Programs against drug addiction and homelessness. Before homeless people and drug addicts are able to get and maintain a job. These people often need support from social worker or programs in order to find their way back into society. These programs should show these people a future perspective so that they are willing to take hard way out of addiction and homelessness and start a new life. By doing so, we will be able to bring part of these people back into occupation. Solution number 4. Fight discrimination. We should also try to fight sorts or discrimination as a society. This also includes gender inequality. In countries where women are still repressed and not seen as equally important as men governments. And celebrities should speak up and show the general public that women are as important as men, and therefore job discrimination due to gender is not a sensible behavior. By doing so, the job opportunities for women be improved since the acceptance toward them will be increased. Solution number 5. Support programs for mental issues. Since mental health issues often prevent people from having a job, it is crucial that these mental problems are treated appropriately so that we can reintegrate these people back into the workforce as soon as possible. People who are working in jobs that are mentally demanding should also take care of themselves in order not to be at risk for burnout. By taking these measures, individual unemployment can be reduced further. Solution number 6. Create jobs. An intuitive measure to fight unemployment is to create jobs. Jobs can be created in several different ways. The creation of jobs often involves raising the incentive for companies to employ people in open branches in weak economic regions. This can often be accomplished by giving firm financial incentives like tax advantage or other incentives to offer jobs for that local populations. Next reporters.
Hello, I'm Navena Quinten, and I will discuss to you the underemployment. What is underemployment? It is the condition in which people in a labor force are employed at less than full-time or regular jobs, or at jobs inadequate with respect to their training or economic needs. Sometimes it's connected to the jobs that lower pay or limited working hours. And the best example of that is an individual with 4 years course degree who works at Jollibee as his main source of income. Part-time workers are also included in underemployment. The underemployment rate in the Philippines was estimated to be about 14.9% as of January 2022. This reflects a decrease in comparison to the underemployment rate of the same month of previous year. The underemployment rate in the country was lowest in 2019. Underemployment is really different to the unemployed. In underemployment, if you graduated a 4 years course or a course, but you enter a job that not related to your course, is that is included in underemployed. And the best best example that I see is the OFW. Sometimes some teachers are going to go to the other country to teach, but they end up with housekeeping, just like that, and they look for other job to provide the needs of their family, and that's the thing of underemployed.
Good day, everyone. I'm Diana Rospi Mercado, and I am the next reporter. I will discuss the two types of underemployment. So, first one, visible underemployment. Visible underemployment comprises employees who work fewer hours than what is considered normal in their field or industry. They possess the skills to work in a full-time position but are unable to find regular employment. They usually work part-time jobs to make ends meet. So, visible underemployment is when worker cannot secure a full-time job in their desired roles and have to work part-time or work multiple part-time jobs to pay their bills. It is visible because it can be easily observed and quantified. So, the next one, invisible underemployment. Invisible underemployment refers to people who work in a job that don't utilize their skills, such as a financial analyst working as a waiter in a restaurant. This type of underemployment is very difficult to measure and requires intensive research and survey. So, the invisible underemployment is hard to observe and measure because here the workers do have full-time jobs, but those jobs do not utilize their primary skills in a part or in full. So, for example, graduate ka ng nursing and teacher. O halimbawa na lang teacher, English teacher. So, pumunta ka sa ibang bansa para doon magturo. Pero, pagdating mo pala doon is, BH pala yung trabaho mo. Tas, for example, isa pang example is, engineer yung natapos mong kurso. Pero yung trabaho mo, pizza delivery man. So, that's the two types of underemployment.
There are many factors that cause underemployment in economy. Following are a few of the most common causes. First, business cycle. One of the main reasons for underemployment is the business cycle the economy operates in. If the economy is currently in a recession or economic depression, it is unlikely that organizations will be hiring for many full-time positions. Second, supply and demand. Underemployment also occurs when the supply of workers is greater than it is demand. A few reasons can be an increase in populating growth or decrease in the demand for a product. Third, technological changes. Sometimes technology takes the job of a worker who would have previously been employed in a position that has since become automated. For example, Vending machines have taken the jobs of some cafeteria workers and cashiers, and ATMs have replaced some bank tellers. Causes of underemployment. Underemployment has been attributed to adverse economic conditions, such as recessions, which occurs when there is a decline in economic activity. Underemployment is also caused when the supply of workers is greater than the demand for workers. There are layoffs, or when there is a technological change. A technological change occurs when technology takes the place of a job that worker would have previously occupied. For instance, in some cases, vending machines have taken the place of some cafeteria workers or cashiers. When there is a recession and equal supply and demand, layoffs or technological changes, workers are displaced. Workers have to find different jobs, and this often leads to initial accepting low-paying, low-skilled, or part-time job is often preferable to no job.
Effects of underemployment. The first one is poverty levels. The number of people who are underemployed contributes or considered as one factor on having a high poverty levels, because those people who are forced to take up jobs that do not match their skills commonly get a low salary. They are forced to take up low paying jobs which affect their economic needs. Without adequate income or unstable source of income, families don't buy or consume goods and services as much. With a financial problem or poor quality of living caused by underemployment, there's an increase of poverty levels. The second one, physical and psychological problems. Underemployment can cause physical and psychological problems. The pressure, stress, and lack of time to rest in the workplace creates a negative impact on the health of a person, and it can lead to burnout that is caused by prolonged stress and, much worse, suicide. The last one is low economic growth. The same with unemployment, underemployment is one of the factors limiting economic growth. As these works are not a long term, it has a negative impact on the level of employment. There is a tendency that it will lead to less people who are employed, that decreases the wealth of the country and its population.